Hola Aquariuses, this is your love reading for August 2017. I will be starting with the Alpha Aquariuses. You are an Alpha Aquarius if you are assertive, outgoing, and you identify with masculine energies. A few things I need to mention. This is a general reading. If it resonates, great. Consider a personal reading. My rates and info are in the description box below, along with my email. Just send me an email. We can go ahead and set that up. My 2018 Sun Moon readings are loaded in the playlist. So go look up what your Sun Moon sign is and check out your behavioral traits and your predictions for 2018. It doesn't matter. It's what time of year. When you see it is when you're meant to view it. My compatibility readings are also going up at a snail's pace. But I'm currently working on Libra. Those also are in my playlist. I'm on the Instincto app. If you need a quick answer to a quick question, text me. And then finally, I'll be leaving a bonus Vimeo link below for what your love interest is thinking or feeling, whether it's a crush, a current, or an ex. Just click on the link below and that will take you into Vimeo for that video. So let's see what's going on with you guys. Holy Spirit Angels, Divine Guides of the Universe, can you please provide your truth, your clarity, your wisdom for Alpha Aquariuses for love, August 2018. Can you please show us prior energies to August 2018? What love energies await them in 2018, August 2018, and how will Alpha Aquariuses be moving out of August and into September? Please grant me the objectivity to read these cards as they're intended to be read and say your messages as you intend to be said for Alpha Aquariuses love, August 2018, and the period surrounding it. Holy Spirit Angels, can you please show me prior love energies for Alpha Aquariuses, please? Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles in the upright. Can you please show me what love energies await Alpha Aquarius? I'm getting weird. Strange shuffle. Doesn't surprise me for Aquariuses. You guys are definitely unique. And then, okay, so we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. And then moving out of August into September, what do you see? What do you see? The Star card in reverse. All right, guys. Okay, so prior to August 2018, I'm seeing the Four of Pentacles. This is holding on to something, thinking it gives you some kind of security, but it's really, it really does not. So it's the Pentacles. It usually refers to money. And I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this picture. So just notice he's in this hole in this house inside holding up his money. And then we got this little dude, this little unicycle dude off to the side kind of juggling, which kind of reminds me a little bit of the Two of Pentacles. So, I mean, it kind of makes me think, it's funny that Two of Pentacles dude is there because it makes me think that you guys, for some of you might have just been concentrating on working really hard, building up your money, holding on to your money. That's making you feel secure. I can't even see with my glasses what's going on with this cat in the back. He looks like he's holding up a damn carrot. But yeah, so because I had that little guy's juggling over on the side, I feel like you're frantically holding on to money, possessions, trying to hold them down for some reason. And that could very much relate in a love reading because perhaps for some of you, you were headed for divorce or somebody's kind of moving out or you guys are splitting a house and you, the Alpha Aquarius, are making sure that your stuff is secure, your stuff is accounted for, and that this person cannot get to your things, I almost feel like. So you're trying to kind of secure everything down. I mean, I feel like this guy's almost like burying his money. This cat's burying his money in a chest underground. I almost feel like that this is the person trying to make off with it. Because here's these two coins that guy's making off with. Like, they're unaccounted for. So for some of you, I feel like that might be what the situation is. And I'll be pulling clarifiers. Who knows, I'll get clarifiers off and it'll go down a different path. But those messages are for somebody out there. Here we have the Page of Wands for kind of what love energies you can expect in August 2018. I don't know why I'm having these hesitations, by the way. There's some kind of immaturity going on here. Okay, the Page of Wands to me is a very immature energy. This person, I'm trying to ascertain if somebody's getting out of a relationship or you're currently in a relationship that's troublesome. I almost feel like you know that something's brewing in regards to this relationship. You know that it's going downhill. So you're doing what you need to do to protect yourself. And the person that you're dealing with, I'm seeing here with this page of wands in reverse, really immature energy. They won't communicate. They won't talk to you. Or they won't talk to you. They won't listen to you. And it's a really hard energy to deal with. You go to maybe you're trying to mediate something or, you know, trying to figure something out between the two of you, and there's just an absolute refusal to listen or to talk to you about it. But I am getting between these, like, something is starting to go downhill and you're aware of it, and you are kind of trying to figure out what you were going to do to save yourself or what you need to do to save yourself. And I feel like here in August 2018, you're making a concerted effort to connect or talk to this person at some kind of level, and they just have no desire to do so, but it's just out of just being, you know, immature, like putting their fingers in their ears, I always say, for the page of wands in reverse, and going, no, I can't hear you, you know, doing it in a spiteful way almost. Okay. And then we move on to the star card. The star card is your card. So I always feel like when I'm doing a sun sign and that card shows up upside down, whatever sign it is, even though it's not the typical off-balance card, or which would be the temperance card, I feel like when it comes in reverse, you are kind of on your head. You're off balance. You're not your normal self, okay? But the star card here, it indicates to me going into September, you've given up hope on this. So again, you've given up hope, and you did have faith before. You thought maybe you could communicate, maybe something could kind of work out here, but you're just meeting a brick wall. You're meeting a block with this person. So here you come to your end of your rope going August into September. Losing hope, losing faith, realizing, you know, giving up. This might not work out like you thought it was going to work out. Some of you might go through a little bit of a depression as a result, sadness as a result, because, you know, you couldn't make happen sort of what you wanted it to. I do think you have regrets in regards to this. Some of you may feel like you failed. Even though it seems like you did your best, I think you still feel like you might have failed in some regard. Can you please provide clarification on the Four of Pentacles? Why is the Four, I should say the Four of Coins. There's Four of Coins here. Who is this person? What is this energy? What additional messages for the Alpha Aquarius in regard to the Four of Coins? Previous energies prior to August 2018. Person, personality. Okay, we have the Two of Cups are reversed. Okay, so you know something's going down. The Eight of Cups in reversed, and then we have the King of Wands in reverse. Okay, so with the Two of Cups, yes, you're having trouble in some kind of partnership. A lot of arguments, a lot of discord going on between the two of you. Somebody's breaking up, somebody's separating. There could be a divorce of some sort, but there's a real lack of understanding between the two of you. Where you guys connected before, you no longer do. And so you know this is starting to fall apart. And like I said, with that Four of Pentacles, it could also be you trying desperately to hold on to this situation because it makes you feel secure. But I'm feeling like for a majority of you, you guys are seeing that things are starting to go downhill, and you're making sure you're going to be taken care of. The Eight of Cups in reverse. This kind of leads you to believe there's a confusion that comes along with this. You can't walk away from this. Really typical is what the Eight of Cups is in reverse. But you're considering your best options, and you can't seem to kind of like wrap it up with this person or get the closure within yourself. You're having a hard time walking away. But you know it's necessary. And you know you need to take care of yourself. Of course, the Eight of Cups with the other storyline that we're talking about, the Eight of Cups could very well be you guys don't want to walk away because, again, you want to hold on to this for dear life. You feel that it protects you, not protects you in some way, but it's part of your identity. That's what I'm looking for. It's part of your identity in some way. You just don't want to let go of it. But we have this King of Wands here, which could be the energy of the person you're dealing with, because we have Wands here and Wands over here. A fire sign, possibly. And the King of Wands is a reverse. That indicates an immaturity again. Somebody who's just being a bully. Somebody who's, you know, not doesn't have a readiness when it comes to a relationship. they're not as strong as they should be in the relationship. They aren't coming through like they should in the relationship. And I feel you keep on, you know, there's something about this person, obviously, or you wouldn't be in a relationship with them that you're, you know, hoping you can kind of hold on to, but they aren't really coming to bat for you. They aren't really, I'm trying to think of what the term is. They aren't stepping up. Okay, they aren't stepping up to the plate. And in fact, they're doing the exact opposite. They're acting very foolish, I feel like. And you're just kind of putting up with these antics for the time being. Okay, can you please provide clarification on the Page of Wands in reverse? Why is the Page of Wands here in reverse for Alpha Aquarius? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages, please, for Alpha Aquarius in reverse, please. Person, personality, perspective, person. Four of Wands in the upright. I'm surprised that's in the upright. Queen of Wands in reversed. And the Star card in reverse. Okay, so I'm seeing what you had hoped for. For some of you, you might have actually moved in with this person. You might be sharing a residence with them with the Four of Wands. That's about putting roots down with somebody, you know, kind of taking the next step, you know, figuring out there's something here, you know, what do we want to do to kind of further this relationship? And I feel like, you know, that's part of what you wanted. And we have a couple here right next to each other. So we've had the King of Wands and we have the Queen of Wands in reversed. Again, these personalities are in reverse. This couple is in reverse. It's not working out. Why am I feeling like for some of you this person has moved in? You did share a residence with them. Perhaps you thought, okay, maybe if we move in together, you know, that'll teach them commitment. That'll teach them maturity. But then it doesn't necessarily end up working out that way. And when this Queen of Wands shows up in a spread with the King of Wands, I often feel like here you have the King of Wands is really like this very strong energy, this bully energy. And the Queen of Wands is kind of the opposite of that. This energy of the King of Wands is making the Queen of Wands feel very like a shrinking violet. She shrinks back. She can, don't get me wrong, she can be very angry. She can be very aggressive. The Queen of Wands can kind of go all over the place in terms of negativity. But in this case, I feel like this person weakens you. Because the Queen of Wands in the upright wouldn't put up with this. They would step up. They would say something to this King of Wands in reverse and say, hey, I'm not going to put up with your crap. But in the reverse, this energy is so oppressive, you're just kind of like shrinking back from this person. Not placating them, but you don't want to have to be confrontational with them. You're avoiding confrontation. So with the Star card in reversed again, you're a card. It's the giving up. Giving up on the hope of thinking that, you know, this was really going to go in the direction that you were hoping it would. You know, I also feel like with this Queen of Wands in reverse, it's kind of like a continuation of this King of Wands saying that this person isn't going to change. They changed up their behavior, but it still has negativity to it. Okay, can you please provide clarification on the Star card in reverse? Why is the Star card here in reversed for Alpha Aquarius? Who is this person? What is this energy in regards to as they move into September? Additional messages, please. Star card in reverse, Alpha Aquarius, person, personality. Sun card in reverse. Okay, so some of you are actually experiencing depression. Could be a clinical, could just be a mild depression, could just be an all-over sadness in regards to this with that Sun card in reverse. Sun card in reverse often, and that has associations with Leo for those of you who it resonates, but in reverse, I often feel it's somebody saying it could be so much better if, you know, because the Sun card in reverse is still a positive card, but, you know, it's not as sunny as it could be. And you're having that kind of realization. Okay. So we have this Ten of Cups here, but then we have this Queen of Swords. And I feel like when you give up on this person with this Queen of Swords here, there also might be some dishonesty. And the Swords come up in reverse. But the Queen of Swords, oh, we had two Queens in reverse and a King. This person isn't reacting well to you giving up, I don't feel like. So weird because I got from that Ten of Cups. Well, I don't feel like they're reacting well with this Queen of Swords. They might be getting a little bit coming at you like, why are you doing this? Like they're the ones. You're being unfair to them. You're attacking them unfairly. And they have something to say about that. They're making it, you know, I don't want to say like demands. Because I don't feel like this Queen of Swords is you, but I feel like this is how they're making it seem like you are. They're like, how can you be like this? How can you have no compassion? How can you do this to me? I feel like, you know, like once you kind of flesh this out and you give up hope, they're sort of like this. And this Ten of Cups here, it's funny because I think the Ten of Cups is part of that conversation when they're talking to you. Possibly in a way to kind of manipulate you. But they're saying, you know, we could have had this Ten of Cups. We could have had it all. Going back to this Four of Wands here. So they're kind of going back to that hope that you did have. And they're hoping to revive it. Because I don't feel like they want to leave. I don't feel like they want to go. So when they realize that you've kind of gotten to the end of the line, here's where they're saying, this Ten of Cups, I thought we were going to have kids. I thought we were going to have family. I thought we were going to be happy. Remember how happy we used to be? Remember how fulfilled we, and they're bringing up this stuff to kind of try to mentally manipulate you to kind of bring you back around. But I don't think you're having it. Them bringing it up, yeah, sure, that was then. This is now, is what I feel like. Alrighty, I know this month I'm going to get dubbed the most negative reader in the world, and that's all right. Maybe I'll change from Veronica Garnett to the most negative reader in the world. But yeah, that's all I have for you, Alpha Aquarius. If it resonates, please feel free to comment. I always like to see the other side of the story. You're certainly welcome to hang out for the beta reading if you would like. Sometimes both resonate with people. But I'm going to mention the things that I did in the beginning. If it resonates, consider a personal reading. My rates and my info are in the description box along with my email. Just shoot me an email. We can make that happen. In my playlist are my 2018 Sun Moon readings. My compatibility readings are also in there, so check those out. And then finally, I'm on oh no, not finally. I'm on download the Instago app. I am on there. Text only if you need a quick answer to a quick question. And then finally, I'm including a Vimeo link below for what your love interest is thinking or feeling in regards to a current or a crush or an ex. So now I'm moving on to Beta Aquariuses. Beta Aquariuses, hello, how are you all doing? I know a lot of you are like, what is this alpha beta stuff? You are a Beta Aquarius. And it isn't anything official. It's something that I came up with because I wanted to separate out identities with people, or so whatever you want to call it, energies with people. So you are a Beta Aquarius if you tend to be more introverted, introspective, and you identify with feminine energies, all right? A few things I'm going to mention. This is a general reading. If it does resonate, consider a personal reading. My rates and info are below. In addition to my email, just shoot me an email. We can set that up. My 2018 Sun Moon readings are in my playlist. They're all uploaded. Doesn't matter if it's the middle of the year. When you view it is when you were meant to see it. Go check out what your Sun Moon sign is, and then check out what your behavioral traits are, in addition to your predictions for 2018. My compatibility readings are going up slowly but surely. I'm currently working on Libra. Check those out in the playlist. I'm on Instant Go app, text only, okay? If you have a quick answer to a quick question, hit me up on there. And then finally, I'm leaving a Vimeo link below for Aquarius love interest, what they're thinking or feeling, whether it's a crush, a current, or ex. But for right now, let's get to the beta reading. Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, your insight for Beta Aquariuses? Can you show us previous love energies, the energies they can expect in August 2018, and how they move out of August 2018 and into September? Okay. Previous love energies for Beta Aquariuses, please. Holy Spirit, angels, what do you have? Okay, we have the Strength card in the upright. Energies to expect. We have the Three of Cups in reversed. Some of you might be dealing with a Leo. And a Capricorn. And or a Capricorn. Or they have that in their chart. They have those energies. Alright, so we have the Strength card here in the upright. And I'm feeling, because as you know, we interpret these kind of what we're feeling, what we're sensing. I really like this picture too. I mean, she's, if you can see, she's kind of given this lion like a scalp massage. He looks so huge in comparison to this cat. But if you can see, there's a shadow on the wall that magnifies, and the cat is much larger than the lion is. Okay? So for some of you, I think you are dealing with somebody who, and I'm getting a lot of weird messages with this, so I'm just gonna let it fly. One of the things I'm kind of getting is, I can't articulate that. So let me just move on to let me just speak, okay? So I feel like that cat is getting this lion to do this bidding. Okay, I know what I'm trying to say. But that lion, to me, if you look again, I feel like he looks like he did something wrong. And to me, he looks like he's asking for forgiveness. He has his head down, and she's soothingly rubbing his head and saying, it's okay, I understand. Everybody makes mistakes, I'm getting. She's saying that, or he's saying that. Realize this has no gender. It's just the theme that I'm kind of saying here. But that big shadow to me looks like it's ready to snap. Okay? So, and this is kind of feeding into the other card. So I feel like somebody did something to you. Okay? I mean, some sort of betrayal, something like that. You're drawing on your inner strength and you're saying to yourself, okay, it's okay. Everyone makes a mistake one time, because I really feel whoever this person is genuinely remorseful. Okay? They came and they told you, they had their head kind of hung in shame, and you have the actual power over them. And you know you have that power over them because they've admitted it to you. So now they're very vulnerable. Okay? That was the weirdest thing I got from that card. Okay. But now we move in here to August. I think they do it again. I'm just going to come right out and say that. So, because we have the Three of Cups in reverse. Three of Cups is about a betrayal. It's about an affair. It's about a dynamic changing in a relationship, because of something like this happening. It's a third party. Somebody doing something with a third party. It doesn't necessarily have to be an affair, but it can be, them hanging out with a friend you told them not to hang out with, or, the mother-in-law is kind of getting in the way, and you asked, look, can we just kind of like keep her out of our situation? And they keep on going to her for advice, like something like that. So whatever they did here, I feel like they did it again in August. And I feel like that's where you snap. And you're like, okay, I don't know if I get that you snap. But I do think they do it again here. And I'm going to pull clarifiers on this because this is a really bizarre reading. And then we go August into September. So we have the card of Capricorn, which is the Devil card. Now, you're realizing this is a very toxic relationship. You realize this is not a healthy relationship for you. You realize what this person is doing might be because they have problems. Okay, so for instance, they could have, obsessive compulsive problems, or just because of other things, because of addiction or materialism. Like for instance, the persons that's talking, their mother or mother-in-law or whatever, your mother-in-law, she has money, so that's why they continue to do this. But whatever this is, you realize it's unhealthy and it's a toxic relationship, but you can't get out of it. Okay, so you realize this person is going to continually wrong you, and you're going to find out about it, and they're going to keep doing the same thing. You realize they're doing the same thing. You realize why they're doing the same thing, because it's something that is off with them. And maybe that's why you have an understanding about it. Not a compassion, but, an understanding. And you say, okay, well, this happened to them. Like, for instance, if they were sexually abused or something like that, maybe that would feed into something. So you have an understanding of it. And I think you tolerate it for some reason. I don't know why, though. Okay. So, but you can't seem to leave. If you can't leave, at the very best, this card says to me that you know that this is not a healthy relationship for you. Let's see if it turns up what you actually do about it. So can you please provide clarification on the Strength card in the upright for Beta Aquarius? Why is this Strength card here? Beta Aquarius is in the upright. Who is this person? What is this energy? What additional messages do you have for the Strength card in the upright for Beta Aquarius person? Okay, Six of Pentacles. Four of Cups in reversed. Temperance card. Oh yeah. Okay. For some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, or it's in their chart. Okay, so this is making a little more sense to me. So with the Temperance card in reverse, you know how this person is, or you knew how this person was, because we're talking about prior to August, but you're very good at kind of moderating what you really want to say to them. You're having self-control. I mean, you know you could flat blast them if you wanted to. You know you could do a lot of stuff, but you're, for some reason, you just don't think that's really the right way to go in regards to this. We have the Four of Cups in reversed. You know you need to do something, but you're not doing anything. You know that this life needs to change, but you didn't do anything about it. So you do nothing. And while you do nothing, opportunities are kind of passing you by. Other people that you could be with. You know, more focus in other areas of your life, for instance, while you're having this inaction. And a lot of times I assimilate the Four of Cups in reverse with the Hangman card. Just kind of being in limbo. You don't know what to do, so you do nothing. And with the Six of Pentacles here, this relationship that you guys have, as odd as it may seem to others, it's beneficial to each other somehow. I feel like this is a pattern. This isn't a it's a pattern with you guys. And when this person does something that they do, they come to you. And I don't want to say they get forgiveness, but it's understood for some reason. Because the Six of Pentacles, I'm getting that from, you know, they do something and it's almost like taking advantage of you, but you have the understanding that this person just has an inability to correct this, which is really odd to me. Yes, please post up if this resonates with you, because these stories come out, I'm like, what the? Sometimes I think I just went off the rails and got crazy or something. Okay, so let's see what's going on with this Three of Cups reversed. Can you please provide clarification on this Three of Cups reversed? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages, please, for the Three of Cups reversed for Beta Aquariuses. Additional messages, please. Three of Cups, Beta Aquariuses. Love energy is August. Okay, so maybe it is the end for you, because we have the Death card, which is a card of Scorpio, if that resonates. The Ace of Wands are reversed. Okay, so this might be the end of the line for you. Yeah, it could very well be the end of the line for you. We have the Knight of Swords in reversed. Okay, so the dishonesty is the Knight of Swords is about the dishonesty, and these things that they do, they're out of control. I really don't feel like they have any control over it. They with the Knight of Swords, I feel like this thing that they do, I can't even figure out what this is that they actually do. But whatever they do that is hurtful or wrong or whatever you want to put it under, it actually, I don't want to say calms them. It's almost like they just get all mixed up. Everything's kind of swirling around them, and they're very scattered. And this thing that they do is a way to cope with it. That's what I'm looking for. It's a way to cope with it. And you know about this. You know this is a coping mechanism for them. But this Death card to me says to me, you're done. It is over. You're ready for this to die. And you are ready to move on to something new. With or without this person. So there has to be a big change. There has to be an ending. I think it's without this person. Because the Death card is about letting go. It's about moving on. So while you gave this person chances before, I think here is your moment where you are like, pretty much I'm done. With that Ace of Wands, you're starting to realize this wasn't going to get off the ground. You guys started off under false pretenses, under a false start. It didn't start off with the that's all I can say. That it didn't start off with the best intentions to get off the ground. You're looking back now and realizing that sort of everything was false. So there's no point in continuing on with this. All right. I feel like you're delaying or putting this off for some reason. Okay, can you please provide clarification on this devil card in the upright? Why is the devil card here in the upright for Beta Aquariuses? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages, please, for Beta Aquariuses, the devil card in the upright. Okay. Person, personality. Okay, so we have the Knave of Swords. Okay, because I always start to talk and then I'm like, wait, let me pull the other cards because I like to see them as a whole. Okay, yeah, you're pretty much done. So you decide this is a toxic relationship, and then in addition to that, you get some kind of, you find something out, because the Knave of Swords is very much about that. A very curious individual, kind of looks into things, an observer, finds things out, gets the information. So you know that this stuff continues to go on. And I think you actually look into it, and I think you actually find out more than you thought. So for instance, talking about September, I mean, talk about August, okay? You kind of know this person was sort of like this. I feel like in September, it causes you to do a little bit more investigation, and you find out there's actually more than there was. So for instance, you know, maybe they were taking a little bit from the savings account and it was unaccounted for. You know, coming into September, you start to really look at finances. You realize that they gambled away thousands, or they've taken thousands, or, you know, so whatever small problem this was that you were kind of like, okay, I kind of get this. This is part of your nature. This is what you do. I think here in September, you find out how dark, because we have the Devil card here, how dark and crazy it is. And it's much larger than you thought it was. So you kind of make the decision to move on from this, because we have the Six of Wands, but that's actually about having gone through an incredible battle. And I feel the battle is that you kind of went with the ebb and flow, you know, the ups and downs in regards to this. But here with this Six of Wands, you're coming out of it victoriously with your head held up high, knowing that you did the right thing and you went about it the right way, that you had to be in charge and you had to make the decision in regards to this. It could be, I could see this very well being somebody who's addicted to drugs or some kind of substance, or addicted to anything, just has an addiction issue. And you wanted to be with them through this. You were hoping that things would turn and they would change, and then, you know, time after time you're realizing it's just not going to happen. So you had to step up and, you know, after the battle you've gone through, just make a decision so that you can come out of this victoriously, so that you don't get dragged down with this person. Knight of Pentacles in reversed. You're not going to put yourself in any kind of position where, you know, the Knight of Pentacles is about avoiding something that's risky, but to the point of, I'm not taking one step. In this case, the Knight of Pentacles, I'm getting very stubborn in your decision and saying, look, this is how it's going to be. And I think with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, there might be finances missing. You're noticing mismanagement of funds that we were talking about previously. So check your bank accounts and look into that. The Knight of Pentacles can also be about being immature with money. So that's what I'm getting there. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this reading for you Beta Aquariuses. I'm going to mention everything I mentioned. If it resonates, consider a personal reading. My rates and info are below. Send me an email.